It was beautiful, like a fallen star trapped in a jar, silent, mysterious, enchanting. But behind that glow lay death, a death that arrived without sound or warning. Welcome to Goiânia, Brazil, the city that unknowingly danced with radiation. In 1987, Goiânia was a bustling city in central Brazil. Not a war zone, not a conflict area, just ordinary life. But nestled near the heart of town stood a crumbling, abandoned building, the Instituto Goiano de Radioterapia, a private clinic shut down 2 years earlier due to legal disputes. Inside that building was a forgotten relic, a radiotherapy machine, sealed and silent, but still alive. On September 13th, 2 scavengers, Roberto Alves and Wagner Pereira, broke into the site, looking for scrap metal. What they found was a gateway to catastrophe. Hidden inside the machine was a sealed capsule of cesium-137, a potent radioactive isotope used in cancer therapy. When the shielding was damaged, it began to glow, a soft, bluish powder that shimmered in the dark. They had no idea what they were holding. To them, it looked like magic. But cesium-137 isn't magic, it's a killer. Its radiation seeps into the body, mutates DNA, and slowly shuts down internal organs. Yet, no one warned them. No one even knew the device was still there. The men took the capsule home. Within days, Roberto felt ill. Nausea, headaches, strange burns on his hand. But they thought it was the flu. They took the capsule to a local junkyard owned by De Ferreira, who was immediately mesmerized by the glow. De showed it off like a trophy. He scraped the glowing powder into little containers. He gave it to friends, neighbors, even kids. One of them was his 6-year-old daughter, Lai das Neves. Lady played with the glowing dust for hours. Her mother swept it up barehanded. A neighbor smeared it on a wall to admire the light. Tiny particles drifted onto food, clothes, bed sheets, into homes. Within days, people began to collapse, skin burns, hair loss, vomiting. No one knew what was happening until one doctor, suspecting something unnatural, contacted Brazil's nuclear authority. When they arrived with Geiger counters, they were horrified. Radiation levels were off the charts. The government moved fast. Over 110,000 people were scanned for contamination. Entire homes, streets, and belongings were seized, sealed, and destroyed. Lade, the little girl who had played with stardust, died within weeks. She was buried in a lead-lined coffin, sealed forever. The city didn't mourn. They panicked. Hundreds of survivors were shunned, fired, expelled from schools. People believed they could catch radiation from the victims. Goiânia became a case study in radioactive disaster response, one of the worst civilian nuclear incidents in history. 250 people were poisoned. Dozens still suffer to this day, from cancer, organ failure, psychological trauma. The incident forced Brazil and the world to change how radioactive materials are stored and tracked. But no amount of regulation could reverse the pain. No law could bring back the lives that were lost. Cesium-137 has a half-life of 30 years. More than 3 decades have passed, and yet its legacy glows faintly beneath Goiânia's streets. The soil still holds buried waste. The memories still haunt the survivors. The glowing death taught us a lesson, that ignorance can be deadly, that not every light in the darkness is a beacon. Some are warnings. Goiânia was not destroyed by war. It was destroyed by something too small to see, too beautiful to suspect, too late to escape. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, if it opened your eyes, subscribe for more true tales from the hidden corners of our world. We are watchers of the unknown, and the unknown is just beginning.